Hello, everyone, and welcome to this very special stream. This is Nick and Nora's Infinite Stream. Oh wow, my mic is like really. Let me know if the mic's loud enough because we're trying to share one mic here. Anyway, yes, welcome to our new stream. I'm your host, Lauren Synthesis, otherwise known as Mr. Pink, otherwise known as Nick, and I'm joined today by a very special host, my partner in crime, my Norn Queen. Nora the Norn Queen. Hello, Nora.
Hi, everyone. Morning, good afternoon. Depending on where you're streaming.
The mic's not picking up all your audio. You got to get closer. You can't be that far back.
Maybe the mic can be full.
And then it'll be farther from me.
Well, I thought I was the guest of honor here.
That's good. That's good. Now it's picking you up. There we go.
What matters is that the folks online can hear what I'm saying.
Right. Well, the hope is that the folks online can hear what we're both saying. And my levels are coming in good, but yours were not.
That's okay.
All right, this is just my case. Yeah, so this is a special stream. Nora and I did like a proto version of this stream about a month ago, where we just randomly streamed together, and we figured we'd do it more officially and see what people think. So if you like this stream, make sure that you like and comment on it, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and maybe you can look forward to future Nora streams. I think she's hoping that the stats on this far outpace all my other streams.
Yes, please like the damn channel. Please like and subscribe and comment and all those things. We're trying something out here, so just thought this might be a fun way to spend a Sunday morning.
And thank you to everyone who's here with us live. I see, here we go, get my best Mr. Dressup. I see Tom Wilson. I see Electro Dust Bunny. I don't know if that's picking up on the mic. And I see David Hills, who was the first one here. Hello. And I see Diana. And I see Super Blobfish 2, who might be our first time having Super Blobfish 2 join the stream. So good to see y'all.
Welcome, Blobbyfish. And hi, everybody else. Thanks so much for joining.
So, though, Nora, would you describe yourself
as
Gideon? Oh, Gideon, hey. Joined. Would you describe yourself as like being active in the Warhammer hobby, or like how would you describe your interaction relationship with like miniature making, tabletop gaming, stuff like that?
Well, technically, patron of the arts, right? Because I support your Patreon.
Tom takes issue with you supporting my Patreon. He's like, that's a waste of, or was it Kajan? I can't remember. Someone was like, that's a waste of money. Also, tell us.
Listen, I can use my disposable income however I see fit. Okay. If I want to send him $2 a month.
Well, it's very sweet of you. And you only do it so that whenever I'm like, hey, I'm sending this out to my patrons, you're like, am I gonna get one? I'm like, okay.
Actually, there's this one time where at this contest,
you had to fix the Tyranid Codex because
yes, I had to fix the Tyranid Codex.
I had a broken Tyranid Codex,
and you would get like the Codex as a result of
it. Yeah, literally none of my patrons replied.
Yeah,
no one
replied. He was telling me about this. He's like lamenting, like, oh my. Well, maybe Nora the Norn Queen will show some. So I went into ChatGPT and I was like, how can I fix the Tyranid Codex? Copy and pasted that. Submitted it, was apparently the only person who submitted an answer, and I still didn't get the Tyranid Codex.
I am not giving a Tyranid Codex to ChatGPT. Thank you very much. I will send that to OpenAI or whatever the hell their name is.
Listen, I put in the effort.
So
I'm a patron of.
Yeah. No, but I mean like actual like interaction with like. Let's just set a baseline here so people know.
I don't. I do it or build miniatures.
Mike's not picking you up.
Oh, sorry. Let's try that again. So I don't really paint or sculpt miniatures on the regular, unlike Nick.
Well, you never sculpt miniatures.
No, I haven't yet.
Painted a couple.
I haven't yet. I've painted a couple. I painted some miniatures from the Death May Die game, so that was really fun. Because I have other hobbies that I'm also engaged in, and I also have, all the things that keep us busy.
Oh, sorry,
Um,
just to interject, James, don't worry. I was also 15 minutes late. You didn't miss anything. We only just started this thing.
Hi James. Yeah, we literally just started.
It says it's been going for 17 minutes, but that was just the holding screen for like 12 while I ate breakfast.
Um, yeah, so I'm quite new to this world, I still feel like. I'm still like learning a lot about all the different characters and the miniatures. I've just been quite impressed with how devoted the community is to this work, and I think that's very inspiring. Yeah.
Sweet. Thanks. Yeah, we're gonna get it. We asked people to send in questions that they wanted to ask Nora. Got a bunch. So some of those questions we'll get into this, but I just wanted to give her the opportunity to introduce herself. And so maybe not Warhammer stuff or miniature stuff, but like you do have like hobbies, dorky interests, stuff like that. Do you want to get into that?
Yeah, sure. So I okay, now I'm just like trying to think of my clearly I didn't plan this very well.
We don't ever plan this. Par for the course.
I didn't set up my
You're lucky I pre-scheduled it and had this stuff set
I
up,
know,
and the
I
only
didn't
thing slowing us down was me eating.
I didn't set up
And you kept asking for the questions. You're like, send me the questions. I need to prepare. I'm like, okay.
Okay, so I guess like the most obvious thing, maybe it's not obvious to people IRL, but for me, like one of my biggest passions is science fiction and horror in terms of like films and movies. Um, it was a big reason why like and I connected was our mutual love of Alien and the Alien series. And I would credit Nick with helping unlock this even further and to like remove like I don't know like the weird stigma around like these types of things.
Sweet.
So I even when I was growing up as a kid, like I loved deep sea creatures, like weird like angler fish. Like speaking of Mr. Blobfish, like I love like learning about those type of critters and like cube worms and like just isopods. I don't know, like just like weird shit like that. And I would like pour all over these like encyclopedia books, like sea critters. So I think, and I loved bugs and insects. So I think it just only makes sense that I like bug looking things like. And then when you pair it with like this awesome story of like a heroine, so Ellen Ripley leading it because I'm still a fan of like very strong and then female like protagonists and diverse female protagonists in any kind of sci-fi or horror series. I was like super so yes, that's with Alien and Alien. I've been watching a lot of horror. I didn't realize I had such an appetite for it. I surprised myself. I think I watched Hereditary and I absolutely fell in love with it. I had to drag Nick to
So
this.
if you turn your face that way, the microphone will not pick you up. Just so you know, that's good where you are now, but you looked over there and then your levels just dropped.
Okay, thank you.
Just so you know. Well, actually, here you're talking.
Yeah, so I'm talking, so I'll just grab the mic. um yeah, so as what was I saying now before
Hereditary.
you
You're talking about Hereditary and having to.
Yeah, so I dragged you to watching Hereditary. I even like said I would buy you dinner, whatever. And you're like, okay, fine. And I can run out at any time. But we both stayed for it on the big screen and I loved it. And then I discovered that I loved anything that was like occult, supernatural, kind of like extraterrestrial type of horror subgenre. So I've watched a lot of things like The Ritual, Arrival, Annihilation. Um, there was this great Korean horror film called The Wailing. It's like 3 hours long, but it was also excellent. And I also love some like good 80s type of stuff. The only thing that I'm not crazy about in horror is like anything like overtly bloody or gory. So like slasher films, I'm not really into. So it's kind of like horror for the sake of showing lots of blood and screaming and guts on screen. Like I need to have some kind of psychological tension, uneasiness that's like lasting the entire time. Anyways, that is all to say that in my workplace, when I disclose that I love horror, I think it surprises a ton of people. Because I don't know, I guess like the image of someone who likes horror is someone who's dressed like maybe stereotypically like gothy or like in all black or whatever. It's really dumb, honestly. People who like anything look like anyone, really. So
segue to Warhammer.
Yeah, so there we go. Segue to Warhammer. So okay. Is this gonna keep happening for the entire? This is what feels natural. I would like to sit right here.
Talk?
Yeah. Why don't you tinker? Why don't you tinker this in the background, and then?
Yeah, but your seating position is part of the team. You're good. You're good now. Okay. That's good.
Yeah, so guys, you're gonna hear a lot of this bickering, like
not bickering, it's fine tuning.
It's fine tuning back and forth.
And also chat, you can help to tell us how the microphone loud, too quiet.
Yeah, because maybe it's actually totally
yes.
All right. So yeah, so that's probably some of the stuff that I really enjoy that maybe Intersection is inspired by or inspires like the Warhammer community. I also love crafty stuff. Like I love making things, like using my hands. Like I love like cute little small things. You know, there are times when I looked at some of Nick's malls, I'm like, oh, that thing's really cute. It's like little, like those like little ripper swarms.
Yeah, you love the rippers.
Those are super cute. And what else? And then, you know, my major hobby is actually like gardening. So it's doing a lot of vegetable gardening, flower gardening, being outside, again, working with my hands. We're very fortunate that we have space to have some land to do this. So
we don't have land. We have a front yard.
We have, you know, more land space than I would say than people we know who live in high towers.
But when you say land, it sounds like we have a farm or something.
We don't live on a farm. I would love to live on a farm, to be honest. I want to live on a farm in the city. That's actually what I would love. I love to have chickens, goats. I love chickens. I love gnomes. So that's the other side of it. Like I love all the weird, creepy, like sci-fi horror stuff, but I'm also obsessed with like cute kind of woodland critter things. Like in our
Myconids?
Myconids. Oh my god, I love myconids. So like the little mushroom creatures. I love what else? Plants, small critters, art of those small critters. So I think I'm just realizing there's like a big like the people who like the weird, crazy, scary shit also love like the cutesy, like, you know, magical kind of like fantastical things too. So yeah, I love little gnomes. I'm trying to collect like little ceramic gnomes. Yeah. So that's a little bit about me. Anything else that I should add? Maybe I'll take a moment to read the comments too. Sure. James is asking if you've seen the new AdMech stuff.
The Horus Heresy stuff? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's new. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You know AdMech, XR row.
Yeah. Oh, Vermis is here. Hello.
Hey, Vermis.
Tom also likes old slashers but hates gore fests. Emesis Blue, no, I haven't seen that Electro Dust Bunny. I'm not actually quite sure what it is, but maybe I'll check it out. Yes, we have seen Romulus. Front yard counts as land. See? Someone else on the internet agrees with me.
Sure that people don't like
acreage. Yeah, we don't have acreage. So yeah, I'm kind of into all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Nice. Thanks.
Hopefully that shares enough about me
in terms of like
getting started. I don't know that people can hear you.
What are my levels? I might be very faint. People can maybe. Okay, well, let's do that. So yeah, in terms of like Nora's early interactions with the hobby, I was working on a Talos Chronos kind of model commission for someone's homunculus coven when we started dating, and it was based on, if you've seen Silent Hill, I think I've told this story before. If you know Silent Hill, there's a boss in it called Amnion or something, which is, as Nora affectionately refers to her, a pregnant spider lady. It's like a pregnant lady on this freakish spider chassis or whatever. And yeah, that's what I was working on. And she's like, "So you do this like miniature hobby? Can I see your work?" I'm like, here's a creepy pregnant spider lady." And I think that it's a testament to your appreciation and patience with creepy shit that when you saw that I was working on a pregnant spider lady, you didn't run for the
Mhm. Well, I mean, it helps that Nick's kind of cute, so like, you know, his looks clearly
So creepy spider lady.
made up for the fact that he was working on a weird mechanical pregnant spider lady with like 4 titties.
Oh, did she have 4 or 6 titty? I can't remember. She had a lot. Just look up amnion. Like, I think it's from, is it from amniotic? Well, we just did. So you can swear on YouTube, but you might it matters for people who have like, you know, giant followings.
She had 8 neeps.
8 neeps. There we go. You can like not get demonetized, but low monetized. Swear a lot. You tend to not swear a lot, but you're allowed to swear. I'm not concerned.
Okay.
You can say neeps.
All
Neeps
right.
and tatties. She had 8 neeps and tatties.
Oh God, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah. We should cover. Do you remember like early days, like your first interactions with the hobby through our relationship?
Uh, no, I was actually trying to dig in my memory of this. So this is a long time. It's like over 10 years ago.
Mhm.
Um, oh my goodness. I'm like struggling. I'm actually struggling to remember like what my initial
Well, there was the whole thing
impression
where I did the
was.
Gene Stealer cult. That was a couple of years into our. Oh,
Was this when you went for the competition that ultimately got you that trip to Dallas?
yeah, that was the Gene Stealer cult. Before that, you may have seen me working on like
What about the Dark Eldar?
Dark Eldar. Well, I did that first Army Eldar.
Yeah, I would
16.
say that was like that would be my first like real to it.
Yeah,
Cuz like when we were dating, like that didn't really come up because I wasn't spending this time with you
we
in your
lived together.
workshop.
Yeah,
And when we were apart, like you're doing your Warhammer stuff and something I would know. And you weren't like sending me pictures to say, look at this cool thing that I made.
yeah.
Which is good. You were focused on like building the relationship.
I mean, I didn't send you unsolicited hobby pics.
Yeah, you didn't send me unsolicited hobby pics. Um, so yeah, so I would say when I was watching do Armies on Parade, I was really impressed with like the amount of dedication and time you put into it and the creativity, particularly in building the scenery. So like I was quite like fascinated with that. Like I've always been interested in anything that's like um I don't know if it's kind of like the physical arts, but like anything that's like woodworking or working with plastics or metals and things like that. So there's like a lot of like mixed media art that happens when you're sculpting. So that was pretty cool. And then seeing like the painting aspect of it, like, and it didn't actually freak me out that, you know, it was Dark Eldar and all these weird, creepy things that were happening. It was cool. It was aligned with like what my interests were. Um, so yeah,
Cool.
so it was good.
Thanks. Okay, maybe we should go to the questions people asked.
Yes.
I have a good habit of like getting into random conversations and then forgetting the thing. Let's maybe do the thing we planned. So thank you to everyone who sent in your questions for Nora. If you're on in the chat right now in the live stream, you can absolutely post questions into the chat. Of course, we're here, we're monitoring it, we can see it, and we'll go over the questions that people send in advance. But yeah, feel free to pose any other questions. This was just because we weren't really sure what to focus on for this inaugural Nick and Nora's Infinite stream. But we've got like an idea to what to do for like so we might ask people. We're going to talk about like relationships in the hobby or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we not this time. Next
Oh
time.
yeah.
We
Oh
got to
yeah.
keep wanting more, you know. So maybe we'll like ask people for like stories related to that or something. But for now, we just did like an AMA thing. Why the heck not? Overthinking. I'm trying to sculpt a flesh hook type thing being fired out of this Norn hand, like muscle that's rippling out, being fired. like straight and taut yet, but I think I'm done. Okay, so first question.
No particular order of
Uh
submission.
See you later, Electro Dust Bunny.
Oh, bye.
Had to run. Oh, Joshua Reyna says, so you're saying you'd play Sylvaneth for Age of Sigmar? You know Sylvaneth? That's Alariel.
Oh, yeah.
Because you said you like mushrooms and plants and stuff.
I love Sylvaneth. They are so cool. Yeah, I wish the Sylvaneth were part of the Warhammer.
Oh, you can always convert. Age of Sigmar stuff, that's no big deal. Or you can always play like the non-Warhammer.
Oh, that's true.
There's actually a game called Warcry that I wanted to try playing. It's supposed to be not that complicated. It's fantasy based. It's not. Okay, so first question. Oh, we missed Electro Dust Bunny's question. Oh, and Joshua Reyna says, was this before Instagram? What are you trying to do?
Yes.
So the sound gets picked up here. That's why it's like that. But now it's pointing at the ceiling. Like this is where the sound goes in. All right. Yeah, so I think I started on hobby Instagram in like 2014, 2015 or something like that. And that was when I was doing the Dark Eldar. Okay, question the first. Oh, how did you get that picture? Did I send it to you?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, do you want to address that? Okay, so before we get further.
Actually, I have the one with the glasses.
Oh, we've got this. I think you didn't like that one. Oh my god. Okay, so we got this this very accurate depiction of Nora on screen here.
Oh my gosh.
That was created by Vlepkaaday.
Very talented artist.
Yeah, talented artist
Shout
from Poland. He also made this very accurate representation of me as a Tyranid.
Yeah, that was a really good representation.
Damn right. So you wanted to comment on this how accurate this representation was of you?
I mean, I wish I looked that good. That is a really badass depiction of me as Sisters of Battle. And when Nick first showed it to me, I was like, wow, why do I look so hot? And also, we're going to be catfishing people because that's definitely not what I look
come on. Okay, listen, nobody looks like Warhammer models.
So, but I'm fine with that. It's like an avatar, right?
There
So
you
it's
go,
like
it's
it's like D&D. You can be whatever you want. So yeah,
exactly.
I aspire to grow up to be like that person. And that badass. So yeah, I'm very content with that. And I think Nick's avatar is perfect.
Is it accurate?
It's very accurate. I love it. It's so adorable.
So thank you, Vlepkaaday.
Yes, thank you so much.
I think his blast. I never know how to pronounce his Instagram handle. But yeah, I commissioned him to do this stuff so that we had something to put on screen for us, and I think it turned out great. Okay, so on to the questions. All right. First question. How come you're so awesome?
Well, thank you to whoever submitted that question. Feels like a bit of a loaded question, but that's fine. Yeah, thanks. I guess it's not really a question, Nick.
I didn't what?
But it's a very nice compliment. I just say thank you. That you think I'm awesome.
You try hard.
I don't try too hard.
Oh, just naturally this awesome.
Just
Damn, okay.
Apparently. And it's been a very cool community to sort of hang out in from time to time. So
be on the person.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
Okay. Of course, I'm trying to sculpt this. All right. What was your first impression of Warhammer? And bonus question: when did you realize how expensive it can be?
Again, like my memory's not great going back that many years. I think I
decade.
didn't quite like, I mean, at first I didn't quite understand what it was. Like, I didn't really know what tabletop RPG was. Is that what it's called?
Tabletop strategy, is that what we
Tabletop
call it? It's,
strategy?
yeah, people don't tend to refer to it as an
So I
RPG.
didn't I
Miniature
oh, okay.
wargaming, miniature
Miniature
wargaming.
wargaming. So yeah, I didn't know until I actually saw Nick playing it with one of our friends. Um, and
Didn't you also play in that game?
I
Wasn't it like
did.
a
It was like
four-way?
4 hours.
Well, it's because we were playing with 4 players.
It
You don't
was
play with 4 players.
really, really long, and then you brought out the rulers and the measuring tools and everything like that. It was a lot of rules to follow. So I could tell it's a very complex type of game. There's a lot of strategy, there's a lot of thinking. But all I really mostly of what I see art does, which is all the sculpting and the painting, and like all the lore and the reading of that. So I just thought it was really cool. Like I think I have a very open mindset to things that try not to judge things too much. Like if it's something I don't know. So I think I just had an open mind with just sort of understanding like what this is, and clearly if this is something quite important to someone that I care about a lot, then it's worth understanding what it is. Um because he spends a lot of time on it. So obviously it gives him a lot of joy and fulfillment. So I think it's worth me exploring that too. When did I realize how expensive it
That's a
was?
good question.
Um, Probably when I got him the Alariel for Christmas was when I actually realized, holy crap, these miniatures made of plastic cost a lot of money. I mean, it's an amazing model. Like I think because of the art and the work that I take to even sculpt it, like I can see how it could be this expensive, but still, like, I can see how all the costs add up because it's not just a model that people are doing. They have to buy the paints, the paint brushes, your setup, your lamp, your, I don't know, your cleanup, all that kind of stuff. So you can see how it definitely adds up. Um, I mean, we have a situation where, like, we have our own disposable income, so we're not tracking each other, like, on how we're spending it as long as we're all making household expenses and everything running. So, I'm afraid to ask how much he's collectively spent on Warhammer, but, as long as, the mortgage payments and all that stuff are going in, then I'm good.
Groovy.
Maybe sometimes ignorance is bliss.
Well, I don't ask you how much you spend on your stuff.
Well, there you go.
Uh, yeah. Oh, you say how like makes sense that a lot. One day I'll show you Gundam models,
Mhm.
and I'll show you the price tag for those.
Mhm.
They're way more complex in Games Workshop and way cheaper. Like
Oh.
I think, did I show you that Evangelion one that the Wire Brothers gave me? It's like these are all gray, right? When we buy them, when you buy a Gundam model, it's like different pieces of it are cast in different colors, attached to each other.
Oh,
It's really weird.
interesting.
It's like amazing. So Games Workshop is actually kind of budget. Like,
Okay, and charging people.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
James is also wondering that bullet-headed sculpting tool you're using,
Germany.
and how could people
I thought I was gonna have like a. Gotta figure out how many I have. I also like had this idea of putting together like a sculpting tool set. People wanted to favorite tools. But it's a little labor intensive because it's not like go to this place and buy this. It's like go to this random sculpting store and go to this dental supply place. And then get your friend in Germany to send you a bunch of these bullet shapers. Um, this is from a German company called um German like store. I don't remember. And Hydra never watches these, so I can't ask. It's from a German art store, and they make it themselves. It's not a Royal Sovereign thing, like Royal Sovereign. So I literally get them from.
Is it possible to, like, tell people what the tool itself is called so then they can just try
Well,
to
this is
look
a
for it?
silicone shaper, but the
Yeah.
problem is that you'll go to Royal Sovereign. I want to. paper, and Royal Sovereign will be like, "You want one of these? Like, you want one of these?" And like, "Oh no, I don't, not quite what I was." Okay, well, you want one of these? It's like, no, that's also not what I'm looking. The closest they have is this, but this, once you get sculpting, is not this.
Mm-hmm.
And the difference is small but important. In fact, I was there in April and I went to the place and I got an even bigger bullet sculpting tool because the Royal Sovereign ones are excellent, but they're too tapered. So it's called Bosner. That's what Bosner Arts, blah 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 art supply. You can try to order it on their website. The brand on here says Art Modeleur Hegel. I think Hegel means oh. So you can look at the 2. That's the one I use all the time. The one's a 6. You go on the Bosner website. If you live in Germany, you're fine. Just go to Bosner. Yourself a Hegel Konik Art Modeleur sculpting tool.
Fancy.
Otherwise, if people want, I can try to put together a collection of you to buy.
Or like links.
It's really complicated. I buy one from I got this from an art store in Toronto, like a dental supply in Toronto. I got this thing from an eBay auction from a different dental supply. This one my brother found somewhere a long time ago. Next question.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're gonna get into some of your knowledge of like Warhammer lore and Warhammer characters.
Oh goodness.
Via Tacticus, the addictive mobile app that you and I both got into and have subsequently decided that we need to take a break from.
Mm-hmm.
So this person asks, who are your top 5 characters in Tacticus? So if you want to talk about them, I can like give the background.
Yeah. So my top 5 characters is Jane Czar.
Jane Czar, everyone knows Jane Czar.
And like of course the caveat, it's like these are the ones I've had access to / like actually unlocked.
Oh yeah, so if you're not familiar with Tacticus,
so yeah, maybe explain a bit about Tacticus.
So it's free to play mobile app. It's like you collect different Warhammer characters in it and you use them to like play in these matches. And it's pretty like you can play it free to play pretty easily without ever spending any money. And you still get like a positive experience with it. It's just like there's like grind in that you have to like collect these items to make your guys stronger. But they've done they actually have like a guy on their team who's a tabletop Warhammer player. So it's pretty like the fidelity is pretty good to like the lore and the characters and stuff like that. And like down to like if they have like a close combat attack, you can only do it when you're standing next to a guy. If they have a longer range attack, you can do it from like a certain number of hexes away. It's all played on like a hex board. It's cool. And they did a pretty good job of rendering the different characters. And they kind of tie the character releases to like actual model releases. Like right now they're releasing Blood Angels in Tacticus. And like they released the Tyranids when the Tyranids all released years back. So we've enjoyed it. And as a person who's into 40K and the lore and stuff like that, like it's pretty, the fidelity is pretty good, like what you'd expect. Yeah, but the thing is, you don't get to choose your characters. Like you start off with some Ultramarines and some Necrons, and then you kind of get like some like Black Legion guys. You get like a sister battle character like in the early game, and then everything else is kind of luck. Like as you play through the game, you get these requisitions open chests, and in the chests you get different. So when Nora says like these are the ones I've unlocked or received, Jane Czar is like a really hard character to get because they had an event to like launch her, and if you weren't around for that event, you have to like collect her, and it takes a really long time to collect the pieces to get her. So I was very lucky to get her in one of these random draws, and then also really good lucky to get.
Yeah, exactly. Armistice, it's like Warhammer Pokemon, like kind of like we're kind of it's sort of we're like catching them all. I mean, I wish it was like I feel like Warhammer Pokemon would be a little easier in like catching stuff because you could physically catch, whereas it's like you are at the mercy of whatever algorithm the developers have created. So it's like a roll of whatever dice they've developed. So, but yeah, Pokemon is a good way to think. Okay, so I've actually opened my Tacticus apps because I had to remind myself what were my favorite characters. So Jane Czar is definitely my top one.
One of the strong. There's only 5 Eldar characters, and she's one of the
Correct.
strongest
She's
ones.
one of
There's
the
only
strongest
2
ones.
Phoenix Lords. It's her and Morgan Ron.
Yeah, so she's a Howling Banshee, Phoenix Lord, and a member of the Eldari. She's just got a really badass design. She's got like a massive head of hair
Oh
or
shit! So
feathers or something.
ideally, we wanted to. We also made like a chibi thing for Nora represent. I wasn't sure if she was happier with the design. This is all done by fine. Hopefully, no. Because she loves Eldar.
I'm just gonna keep talking
You
while
just
he
keep
keeps
talking while I
adjusting
mess
this
around. Thank you.
thing. So yes, Jane Czar is one of my favorites, and then also Calandus
Landis
is the
is
ranger.
a ranger.
So
Ranger.
Calandus has like a really cool green cloak, a really sick mask. It's a ranger who is also an outcast wanderer. So
So she's not actually in.
oh, I
But
see.
that type of unit, the ranger.
Okay, that's very cool. So I love Calandus. I'm also a big fan of um Vindicta.
Is a
She's a sister battle. Celestian
got a heavy flamer.
is a heavy flamer. She's got a really badass look. Um She's actually the only one in the game that I've unlocked so far, which is too bad
The
because
only sister?
yes.
Oh, you don't
There's
have
5
that.
sisters. I've only unlocked
Oh, I have
one.
this one.
Okay. So I might be able to share something different. Um, but yeah, she's great. I like her. She has a really badass looking
So
face.
Jane Zark, Landis, Victra.
Maybe you're noticing a theme. These are all like female
Badass
sort of
ladies.
presenting characters. And then the other ones that I like, um, I do love Aleph Null, and maybe because it's like a machine spider type of thing.
So Aleph Null is a Necron.
Yeah.
Spawn.
Yeah, no, he's great. I love the Tomb Spider. And I don't know. Another oh, my 5th will probably be Abraxas.
Oh, Abraxas is a
Chaos.
Thousand Sun sorcerer.
Yeah.
Don't think he's an actual. Well, but he summons screamers and wars.
Yeah.
Which is pretty badass. Spam screamers of Zine.
So pretty fun. Yeah.
Nice.
So those are the 5 characters.
Great. Thanks.
Yeah.
So you like mostly Eldar, a little bit Zine, a little bit Sisters of Battle, a little bit Necron. Good thing you didn't choose any Space Marines.
Well, I know what kind of audience is. So
Space Marine characters have been kind of chumpy.
I never admit to it.
In Tacticus until recently. Now they're getting kind of. All right. Question 2. What is your favorite? What is your favorite movies? So I guess you can say one or many.
I think I listed a few in my introduction. So Arrival, Aliens with an S. I actually really enjoyed Prometheus as well.
Me too. I was about to say F. Ridley Scott, but
yeah. Hereditary is probably one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Yeah, those are some of my favorite ones.
What about Sword in the Stone?
Yes, I do love. There are some Disney films that I do love as well. There's some Studio Ghibli films that I love too. Wasn't thinking of those for some reason.
Well, they're not. The ones you mentioned are probably closer to this.
Yeah. But yes, I love Sword in the Stone. It's like one of my favorite Disney films.
Any other movies?
Any other movies? Ooh, I'm trying to really think here. You know, I also like movies in like I really like the character design type of way. So I actually liked Pacific Rim for the character design, not the script. The storytelling was brutal, the acting was brutal. The characterizations were not good. But the design of the robots, the design of the kaiju, like that was pretty cool.
And they're called Jaegers.
the fighting robots.
Giant battling seizure robots.
Yeah, so that was cool. And then I also really love this film called The Ritual. I won't spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, but I do highly recommend it. It's like a group of friends who go hiking through
Black Mountains in Germany.
Scandinavian
Germany,
woods
was
or
it?
mountains or something like
know.
that after a friend of theirs has died in memory of him. And, weird shit starts happening. So that one is pretty freaking cool.
Just to interject, if you're into Ink 28, you're going to character in.
Yeah, I'm not trying to spoil it for people who haven't
Right.
seen it yet
What
because it's
creature?
very
There's no
much,
creature.
very much worth watching. I'm just trying to think what other ones. Annihilation is great because a lot of the creatures are like a product of the intersection or the sort of like the relationship between the extraterrestrial shimmer and like its environment. So that's cool. Yeah, I just love weird creature monster shit. So
As do we all, Nora.
I
As do we
mean,
all.
you
You're
know,
right you're in the right
the
audience.
Guillermo del Toro stuff was pretty cool. In Pan's Labyrinth, the Pale Man, pretty messed up, but also very cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I actually really like the Hellboy series too for that reason.
Yeah.
Because of the creature design.
Are they making a new Hellboy? Did we talk?
I thought it was already released.
Apparently, the style is gonna be more X-Filesy and it's like super fight.
Mom's favorite Disney film was also Sword in the Stone.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Tom, I want to know who is your favorite character?
Yes, because my favorite character is Archimedes, the owl, the very intelligent owl.
Okay, next question.
Yeah, next question.
Next question. Have you ever had a hobby like Warhammer?
No. The answer is no.
Do you wish that you had a hobby?
I wish I had a hobby.
Yeah.
I think like
Well, you had pursuits.
I had pursuits of things. I think it's just the household I was growing up in wasn't as like open to things that weren't directly related to like school. So I think as a result of that, I had a lot of pursuits that could have been
It's silly because there's
nurtured.
very artistic people in your family.
Oh, for sure. I think I have a lot of pursuits that could have been nurtured, but I think I was sort of discouraged at doing that because then it means the opportunity cost is that I'm not spending time school related things. So, which is fine because now as an adult, like I have a bit more in doing that and awareness of it. Um, yeah, I think it would have been fun to have like a more like dedicated hobby. I'm not sure about Warhammer per se, but miniatures or yeah, maybe something fantasy related would be cool, like little woodland things, like critter design. I think that would have been fun.
Those Sylvan families or something. Those little animals that are like humans. You ever see those? They're like little toys.
Yeah, maybe. So yeah.
Cool. Blah blah blah.
If I sit here on the phone.
Again?
If I sit cozily on my couch.
Yeah, you got to speak not quietly though.
Okay.
The mic.
Got it.
You're low, but I think it's okay. Tell us, chat, how's the volume? Oh, Tom's favorite character is Merlin. I loved all the creatures in that film, like the wolf,
oh my
pike, frog, and
gosh.
squirrels.
Yeah, the squirrels were so cute.
Oh, Evil Laugh Entertainment. Good to see you, buddy. Oh, Vermis says the volume's fine. Thanks, Vermis.
Thanks, Va.
Blah, 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 blah. What is your funniest memory of Mr. Pink? That is not a plant. That is Electro Dust when he asked that question.
Funniest memory?
Doesn't have to be Warhammer. As long as it doesn't dox us.
I mean, can we come back to that one? I have to think about it.
You're gonna need to remember though.
Yeah.
Because I'm not promising that I.
No, I know.
Yeah, you're gonna think about that.
Oh my gosh, yes, Madam Mim. Yes, I I love Madame Mim. She's like a close
There's a character
second.
from Sword in the Stone.
Yeah, she is like this very unhinged old bitch lady, like extremely unhinged. And I think my favorite scene in that movie is the battle between Merlin and Madame Mim. The battle of the wizarding wits or whatever, and the different critters that they turn into are just so cute. Like Merlin turns into a worm, and it's probably like one of my most favorite things.
Does he say, "Come inside, meet the missus"?
I don't know where that's from. Yeah, no, it's very cute. And actually, one of my second favorite scene was when Merlin turned into a squirrel, and he was trying to teach um uh Wart how to be a squirrel as well, and Wart was being pursued by this female squirrel. And I remember Merlin like kind of saying, "Haha, boy, you're on your own. You need to figure out the mysteries of love and things like that." And then of course he got pursued by an older female squirrel, um, which was pretty hilarious. So yeah.
Nice.
Love that film. That film I could just watch over and over and over. Like I just
You know, I've never seen it all the way through.
how dare you? I
Okay.
failed you.
Okay,
Oh my
on the
gosh.
proto stream that we did, I realized that I'd never shown Nora the Abyss, and we've since fixed that. So before our next stream, you have to show me Sword in the Stone.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's actually on YouTube
What?
or something
Disney
like
would
that.
not allow that.
I don't know. I think it's hidden as something else. But
Okay.
yeah, and you would also love the Madam Mim.
Offer.
So yeah, awesome. All
Sweet.
right.
Okay. Oh, I'm not. You don't want to be. Bear with. Forward. It's okay, next question. How did you Oh, well, I don't know how this if this relates. It says, "How did you get into the hobby and why are you still in it?" We talked before about how you're not really in the hobby. How would you like to answer this question?
Um I think I'm a member of the community. I would say so. Like
Maybe
I don't know that I'm like an active like playing sculpting member, but I'd like to think I that community also includes the people who support the people who are actively involved in it. Because that's pretty important, right? Because like
yeah.
if I wasn't supportive
Yeah.
or I was like actively against it, that
More on
would
that in our next stream.
radically change the trajectory of your experience over the last 10 years, right?
Yeah, I'd
I
have
would
to
have
like
been
fight for
fighting,
time.
yeah, I've been fighting you with like you going to events, or I'd maybe be more like vigilant around like how much money you're spending on it and all that kind of stuff instead of letting you make decisions. Like I could probably make it so that you start resenting your hobby, which is awful. And
That
then
would
all
not be
these
good.
cool things that you've done since then probably wouldn't be allowed to like,
I honestly think that that's the topic for
yeah.
like how to support, how to be a respectful partner on both sides. When some how like someone in the hobby can respect their partner and inform them of what's going on. How someone who's not in the hobby and supporting their partner. I guess
I think
really, but
yeah, and I think it just applies to anything. Honestly, it's like anything that someone you love also loves, really into a lot of joy. How are you a cheerleader? Like, and it could be something that's like do it for money or you don't. It doesn't really matter. But it was enough for me to know this was something that was really important to you, gave you a lot of joy, help you distress, you're meeting cool, interesting people. But wasn't like, you know, bad for you in the sense that you were meeting people with poor influence.
yeah.
Um, yeah, so that. Fine by me.
But like that's because you're a certain kind of
Mhm.
think we'll do at least one more of these streams. Even if the likes and the views are terrible, we'll do at least one more
Yeah.
because I want relationships around the hobby
Mhm.
um that we can get.
Yeah. And like, and I recognize that like not everyone might be a relationship where they can say partner, which is also okay. Um, or want to be in one, but it could even be applied to like the friends that you have, like who
Yeah.
you bring in friend group into the hobby, share with. Like
Yeah.
Hermes apparently says they don't consider themselves in the hobby either.
I keep trying to drag them in.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna spin this question a little bit because that you're what could drag you into this?
What could drag me? Like in what way?
Like
Like what does it mean to say I'm in
what
the
do
hobby?
you like what would make you want to paint Warhammer models and play a game? Think of something that you a certain type of content, a certain type of character, I don't know. Something that you've seen from your dabblings in it that
I think it might be it might be cool to know that there's a group of people who kind of look like me and have a similar experience who are
Mhm.
also into the hobby. I think that might inspire me. I think just from what I've seen of maybe I'm getting I don't know. Hopefully we're not getting into like deep territory about it or
Hey, I'm not
stereotypes or
afraid of deep
whatnot.
territory.
I
Go
know.
for it.
Um I don't know that I haven't had the pleasure of meeting like other women who are in the hall. Um and form like a group around that or have a community. I'm sure they exist. But I think if I had experience, then yeah, I might get into it because I think a big part of the hobby is also the community, the people you're connected with. And it might be kind of cool. I don't know, I think it'd be kind of cool to like build critters that are like I convert them and make them more woodlandy. I don't know. I
Yeah.
might bring in like Sylvanath kind of component to it
Yeah.
to create like my own little world about it. Because I
Yes.
don't really believe in like having to follow like a lot of rules or like rigidity. Like I think you should be allowed to like follow a creative process. But there's going to be gatekeepers and people who want to make sure that you're crossing your T's and dotting your I's and like in a hobby, and that's fine. But I'd be interested in trying to personalize it their own way.
Yeah.
So I think that might be.
Cool. Hope you're hanging out with the right crowd.
And Gideon says that apparently I am in the hobby because I've also watched Event Horizon.
Oh, did we say that?
He said that I consider people who watch Event Horizon hobby.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, you've watched them.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of people. I think I told you this once. Said that it well.
Mm.
Apparently, the guy who made it might have been a Warhammer fan or something. Because like there's this whole thing. Well, you know, chaos. Like like the demons and
Yeah.
the black guys. Chaos comes from the warp, and that's like kind of what happened to the event horizon. The warp. Anyway, oh, now Ripley has joined the stream. Our dog. Cool. Okay, so something that might get you into the hobby would be more of a community to build like you. Oh, look at that. Representation matters. Who knew? Um, sorry, this is and good to hear that you also think it's tail's messing with me. Screen. Okay, next question. If you were able to choose, okay, I don't know. Good luck. If you were able to
Oh
choose one
gosh.
ability Tyranids or Gene Stealer cults possess, what would you choose? Example, a third arm, psychic abilities. Some got wings. Some of them can spit plasma from the mouth. Some of them can like turn invisible like the lictor and like sneak around? Can you think of any Tyranid abilities that you're aware of? Gene stealer abilities you're aware of that would be appealing? See, I'm
Hmm.
not sure how familiar you are with the lore
I'm
around Tyranid
not
abilities.
super familiar. You might have to help. Which one do you think I would? You definitely would know more.
Yeah. Well, having a third arm might be helpful. I mean, Tyranids have 4 arms. That's an easy one.
Tyranids have 4 arms. Yeah, having
They
an
have
extra
they have
that's a
feeder
good one.
tendrils. Maybe you want weird tentacles growing out of your face.
Sure. I like the psychic. I think it's psychic.
Okay, psychic abilities. There we go. Good answer.
Yeah.
Keep moving the camera. Not being where I want. Okay. Oh, this is an easy one. What's the cutest Tyranid?
Rip Swarm.
Your runner up.
Oh, those I thought there was something that was like a little orc thing that was kind of cute. I can't remember.
That's not a Tyranid. That's a squig.
Oh, right.
A squig?
A squig?
The guy that summons the, or you talking about the grots? The little baby orcs?
Grots. A little teeny thing. Maybe it was like part of Nurgle.
Is it a red thing with big mouth? Lots of teeth?
I don't know. Anything that's kind of small, squat, and derpy looking.
Well, Nurgle has these things called Nurglings, which are like little familiars, like little
Nurglings?
That might be what you have. Possibly Nurgle. You remember in Tacticus, there's that orc guy who summons the little grots, like little orcs? He's got like a thing with him that looks like a dog with a squig. Wait for cute.
No, it's not these.
It's Nurglings. Look up a squig.
Not a squig either. Talking about.
Where did you see it?
I can't even.
Okay, so definitely Ripper Swarms and maybe something else. Next question.
Snotlings.
Snotlings are small. I forgot about snot.
Snot.
They're like They're like grots, but smaller. Forgot the snotlings were. All right. What is? Oh, okay. Why are you such a cool, amazing, loving wifey who puts up with Pookie's stinky doo-doo farts at night? Oh wait, I think this is a fake question someone put in.
I didn't think you would actually read that one out.
I made you. You have to. You put that in there. You got to live through it. You did it, buddy. Yourself. Next. What is your favorite 40k faction?
Eldari.
Okay, so nerds call him Eldar. Call him Eldar.
I'm a nerd.
No, like people who are like Games Workshop calls them Eldari because they want to be able to trade.
I thought you told me I said Eldar, and then you were like, "Oh, it's actually Eldari."
No, you said Eldars. You said Eldar plural.
I did not say Eldar.
I'm like, nobody pluralizes Eldar.
Oh my gosh.
You can say Eldar or Eldar. You can say Eldar. Just the Games Workshop came up with that name.
Anyways.
An Eldar for 20.
For the Eldar.
Cool. All right. Next. I think that was the last question. Made it through.
Amazing.
Oh, do you want to take a spin through the chat?
I think we covered a lot of good stuff here. Yes, Tom, I am aware this is the safe, homely side of the online hobby space. Everyone's very kind here.
That's the goal.
It's good. And you have to be actively intentional about creating this. I think that's the thing. Not take these spaces for granted. because they can only exist when you continue to like make the choice to create it and make it safe. So thank you to everyone who's like contributed towards that because I think that's really important.
Yeah, it's intentional.
Yeah. Um Irma says GW calls them Aldari because Aldar is already a name for a Tolkien elf faction and not as copyrightable.
That's the Tolkien
Yeah.
elves are the.
Any other questions from this group or thoughts? Still around for a little bit. Folks have any other questions, ideas for our future NNN podcast?
Yeah, are there other Nick and Nora topics you want us to cover?
Would love to hear them.
We'll do one on. Just show up and
Favorite AOS faction.
your favorite Age of Sigmar faction. So I don't know where you're gonna find an easy listing. You're not as familiar with Age of Sigmar, probably because I don't do Age of Sigmar. But it's the fantasy side. Maybe look up list of Age of Sigmar.
Oh my god, there's 24 armies.
There you go. You got some.
Maybe I gotta like
Why don't
actually
you just go through them and see what you think.
maybe this
Just
one
narrate it.
this one will maybe inspire me to think about it.
You can just look at them now and tell us. As long as they have pictures.
Yeah, the pictures are taking a while to load.
You know Sylvaneth. You know you like them because some of them are like equivalents to 40k. There's one called like Age of Sigmar or Stormcast. Stormcast are basically Space Marines. Like lore that like human souls.
Well, this Sylvaneth isn't Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
Guide to the Warhammer's Age of Sigmar armies. All right, we got. It'll take a while to load. I wish there was like is there like a site or a book where this just all exists in one place?
Try Lexicanum. I don't know if Lexicanum.
Lexicanum.
Lexicanum. Might only be Warhammer. Does anyone in the chat have a good resource where you can get a quick at a glance look at the some people?
Okay, so I think it has some pictures. I mean, it's not like a ton, but it's fine. This is Lexicon. So the first one I'm looking at, I think, is the Beast of Chaos.
Yeah.
So
those are like human beasts.
I mean,
hybrids.
Kind of cool.
They serve chaos.
Got Blades of Corn.
Oh, some corn. Practice.
Right. The Disciples of Singe.
Oh, them. That's Braxis.
Oh, that's just chaos.
Oh, you mean like the way they look?
Yeah. So there's the factions, 4 factions in Age of Sigmar called the Grand Alliance. Chaos, Death, Destruction. Okay.
The whole other world.
You know what? If anything, this will now inspire me to keep a look into. I do love a good Sylvaneth.
All right, well, let's go with Sylvaneth.
Maybe you could do a stream of Nora building a model. Oh, wow, that will be very, very fun. It might take a long time because I haven't built a model. Yeah. Okay.
Like if you're converting, it takes time. Like if you're just.
Gideon is building Skaven.
Skaven. They're rat boys. They're kind of cool.
Gloomspite Gits. Mushroom addicted goblin.
Yeah, they're cool.
That's
like
cute.
Them. Look them up. Good suggestion. Mushrooms.
Oh, they're cute. They're a little derpy looking.
Yeah, they're. That's what happens when you're addicted to mushrooms.
Does it make them fight better?
I think they think so.
Lexicanum. Yeah, Lexicanum's not bad.
Oh, looks pretty cute.
There's a lot though. There's like tons and tons and tons of lists here. Took me a while to get through. All right. How's your model going?
Okay, so this has been a lot of work to get this. Like, what I'm trying to do is got this like Norn emissary thing, something.
Mhm.
So I've got Lictor here, got his tail. Get the Lictor tail at a much. Kind of happy with where this is going, but I think I need to put it once.
Mhm.
If I keep sculpting now, it's going to sculpt on something.
Yeah, just kind of let it sit for a bit.
Yeah. So that is one of the key tips about sculpting green stuff. Getting frustrated sculpting. What you were happy with before you.
Mm.
Really easy to go in and mess up with set.
All right.
Whatever. It's gonna be behind him. No one's gonna look. Get out of here. Yeah. Some lights. It's 12:30.
Mhm.
Oh, we started late.
I would say so. Well, more than that. An hour and 50.
Oh, did you come up with your funniest memory of Mr. Pink?
My funniest memory of.
You said you're gonna come back to it. You said you were gonna remember.
Well, I think the funniness just happens throughout the day. Like it's not even like this one super funny thing. I'm just being honest. Like it's
Okay.
not one super thing. Like, you know, funny guy. I think.
Funny looking. Ha 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 ha
He guides me
ha.
throughout the day,
Good.
and I think he's a good. So it's your lightens the pod and brings out that silly, happy side to things.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'd say the silliness happens. Yeah.
Okay, but there's got to be like something funny like stands out.
Something funny that stands
Something
out.
weird I did once or something.
I mean, huh. What's that time you like?
Getting married, my fly was down.
Yes, that was pretty. Yeah, that was really yeah. So we did our first look for our wedding, just before the ceremony, and build up of whole day of doesn't see. And so I remember like being outside, and he was waiting.
Yeah.
I would like walk up towards him and then turn around. And I couldn't help but notice that his fly was down, like fully all the way down. And so that was pretty funny. Yeah. Reminding me of, and we got some photos picking up his fly before the ceremony. I guess he was in a rush to put his pants on.
There we go. I was like, oh man, gotta get to this first look, man. The funniest memory.
My friends.
Yeah. Funniest. Yeah, like same deal that like you're pretty fun regularly, day every day. I think some of my funniest memories of you are like the weird shit that you'll put on our dog. Like I'll just be like minding my own business in the house and like Ripley will come up with some like head scarf on wrapped around him being like, "Please help. Why is this on me?" Just like the randomness that you put him through. That's pretty funny.
There's this one time I put like a ribbon on each of his ears, and I thought it was the cutest damn thing ever. And then I'll like put like a little head. Oh, he
I
puts up with
heard
a lot. I mean, I'm not opposed to putting my dog in costume and like ink him, and it's a lot of joy. Then why
I
not?
think it's fun. Oh, you know what? Funniest memory of me of you. The first time I think the first time we went to a cottage together and it
Hmm.
was like the end of September and it was kind of cool. And this is like a slightly more rustic cottage where they didn't have electric heating. There was a wood stove. And you walked up to the wood stove, you took one look at it, and you said, "Where do I turn this thing on?"
You haven't let me live that day.
It was good.
Yep.
Yep. Big city girl out in the woods.
Allegedly. Hey, I'm able to fire. Okay.
Yeah, now. Yeah, you're good. Sort of mean sauna. Nora, are there other things that you would want to talk about on a stream? Topics that you have ideas for?
That was about like what the people want to hear.
Well, no, but you can also have ideas.
Yeah, so I think it'll be really interesting to talk about the relationship piece. Um, that's something I think is important. Um, I think any,
I think it's important too, man. Like
yeah, any good relationship takes a lot of.
I've been very lucky that you are you're a very supportive person. I have heard horror stories about folks who aren't.
Mhm.
I think that there's like I don't know all my material right here, but I think there's like a whole we grew up with stigma around the hobby because it was like dorky, whatever. And I think that some people well, when I was growing up in the hobby, um, being a dork was not as cool as it is now. Everyone's a lot these days. There's a lot more dorky.
It's way cooler to be dorky.
Yeah, there's a lot more cooler like dork content. Like all the mainstream content is dork content. That was all stuff that people maybe not necessarily like were made fun of like for reading comics, but it was less mainstream content back in the day, more like youth content, and now it's become mainstream. So it's a very different thing to exist with it now. People are maybe a little more accepting of it versus when we were growing up. But it just feels that when partners can't understand the miniature hobby, can't understand their partner's passion for it, it feels like they're a bit stuck in like old times. Like they're stuck in like the high school days of like this is nerdy. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed by how get over it. Adults, we're allowed to have adult interests. This can be an adult interest, not something to be ashamed of. But and folks who are not great are those who want some artistic pursuit.
Gideon says, "Are there any questions for the chat?" Sure, I'll ask the chat something. My question to the chat. Should I enter it in the chat?
You do whatever you want to do.
Maybe I'll enter it into the chat. Too funny.
I'll link to like an act.
What is a fun fact about you that most people wouldn't know?
Oh, cute.
So I put that into the chat. Please share your fun fact. It could be a secret talent that you have or skill or something that people just wouldn't expect that you'd be into or good at.
Like you said, like liking horror movies.
Yeah, so that's my fun fact actually. When I'm in like my, day job and people pose this kind of icebreaker, I'm like, do I tell them? Are they ready to like hear my passion for sci-fi
I mean,
horror?
don't go into detail.
I mean, if they keep asking, they do. And then inevitably, it ends up with people being like, "Oh my god, I could never watch horror, ah!" And I'm just
You're
like,
like,
"Well."
boring.
So
It's like our litmus test with our dog. What's your dog's name? Ripley. Oh, talented Mr. Ripley.
Vermeers is kicking us off, thanks. I'm fine with spiders of any size, but big moths freak me the F out.
What? Dude,
Wow.
wasn't your High Fleet Atropos or something? Wasn't it based on a moth?
That is wild. You're fine with spiders. Are you like, do you like spiders? Like,
Or do you
is it
tolerate
fine? Yeah, is
spiders?
it fine as in like you're neutral, or are you like actively like spiders? And if you like spiders, what's your favorite kind of spider? And then big moths freak you the fuck out. So how big does the moth have to be for you to start freaking out? Okay, so another question for Vermis. Tom, I feel like it took me a long time to embrace my geeky side, but at the same time, I used to openly love Star Wars in the 90s and read Lord of the Rings in public. Ace.
I feel like Lord of the Rings is like high literature from the dork scene.
I know.
I feel like there's a lot of like crummier stuff we could be reading than.
I'm glad you're embracing it now.
Yeah,
And I'm
good.
glad you're such a regular part of the stream. And it was yeah, it's nice to meet you too. Awesome. I guess my follow-up question is,
Well, did anyone else answer the
what
question?
are yes, I'm reading the chat, man.
Hey, dude.
Dude.
Good luck.
So, Tom, what are you reading now? Like, what are you really enjoying now? So that's my follow-up for you. Gideon has 4 bicycles.
Whoa.
That's a lot of bicycles.
4?
My follow-up question is, what are they all the same? Are they all different? Like, is one a mountain bike? Was one have really fat tires? Is one like a road bike? Is one an electric bike? Like, describe the bicycles. Are they different colors? Why do you have 4 bicycles?
I guess I have 2. I only use 1.
Hermes says okay, so they actually like spiders and used to keep tarantulas.
Yeah, you like spiders.
I think you love spiders if you invest in the equipment and the research to procure a tarantula. Now I have to ask, what were your tarantula's names? Tom says, I literally wear my love of Dragon Ball on my sleeve. Yes, you do.
Yes.
And I keep pet lizards. Oh, that's adorable. What kind of lizard? Because there's some really cute looking ones. I think there was like a leopard lizard or salamander. The one that has like really big eyes and has like a really cute face. Okay. Weird fun fact. I actually like watching those videos of like lizards and snakes shedding their skin.
You watch a lot of
I
weird
don't know
videos.
why. It's like very satisfying. What were your pet lizards' names? Gideon. I think mine would be that even though I am not good at
Didn't Gideon
sculpting.
have a bike?
Yes, nor do it. I guess there's more fun facts.
Yeah.
Nor do it a lot. I still love watching streams. I love all the parts of this hobby and watch a lot of different aspects of it. That's really good. You're
Cool.
like engaging in everything that this hobby has to offer and more, which is great.
Yeah, Nora, I think that I've officially when you think that sculpting is a part of this hobby. Because a lot of people would tell you that sculpting is absolutely not a part of the Warhammer hobby.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you just gotta, you know how like I say really weird stuff and then you repeat it and you think it's like an actual thing that normal
Well, apparently you set the norm for me.
do. It's unfortunate sometimes.
Yeah.
I lead you astray.
Josh DMing D&D. Oh, very cool. Nice kid bashing more than playing 40K.
Oh,
Okay, just
same,
ignore.
same,
Nice.
same.
What is your favorite faction, Josh? Gotta ask now. And I know you DM D&D, but like if you were a character in D&D, I guess you could also answer this as a DM. Like, what is your character?
Yeah.
What's your D&D character? Gideon, I'm Dutch. Cool. So kind of an average amount here.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah, lots of bikes.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Europe, man.
1 race, 1 mountain bike, 2 Dutch style bikes. What's a Dutch style?
What's a Dutch style bike?
Very
do you ride it
curious.
on the canals? Is it like a float bike?
Okay. Is answering the gecko question. A crested gecko named Newt. Oh.
Oh, you know what that is?
Alien.
Aliens rep.
and an Aki monitor called Indigo. I'm gonna look up crested gecko. I've also discovered those the birds.
Oh,
my
weren't you going
gosh,
to talk
those
about
budgies.
your termite knowledge?
What was I gonna say?
Your deep dive into termites yesterday?
Yeah, so I go into rabbit holes with things. And I don't know how or why last night. I think I've just been watching these nature documentary clips, and there was one talking about termites and how in parts of Africa there are, like, as the termites dig underground, they also excavate a bunch of soil. And so this leaves giant mounds of soil across like parts of the countries. And they've tested like sort of the internal like sand and like the age of it or the soil. And some of them are like thousands of years old. Like it's wild. So
Madness.
the reason that's the case is because like termite colonies have queens that are probably like immobile. They're just like a giant egg laying sac with like a head and like maybe few legs. Just sit there. They can live for 25 to 30 years. And they lay an egg every 3 seconds. So I
Three
think
seconds?
so we did a calculation that if you're laying egg for that amount of time, every 3 seconds, you'd be laying like hundreds of billions of eggs, termites that would hatch, which is insane. And then after the queen dies, they have a new. So the colony will continue in perpetuity, which is quite messed up. No, I haven't seen a glowing termite man. That's kind of cool. Right, I was supposed to look up what a crested gecko was. Gecko. Oh, it's very cute.
Let's see.
Looks like this.
He's got a pretty cute face.
Very cute face. All right, that one's cute. And then the other one was an
Dutch bike.
Aki monitor. Ooh, cute. Oh, the ones that I think are so cute are the leopard geckos. Yeah, they're so cute. I'd keep a leopard gecko.
I don't know what's involved in keeping them. Oh, they're pretty cute.
Yeah. I think they're the ones on the internet that like get all the memes.
Ones on the internet.
Okay, so Josh is answering that previous question around your favorite faction. Depends on my projects. Currently, it's Dead Space Tyranids, Cities of Sigmar Bandits, CSM, and Dead Space Themes GSC.
Dead Space. There you go, Nora. We're at a alley.
Dead Space themed GSC?
Yeah, like,
What's
like
GSC?
the Gene Stealer cult. That looks like Dead Space stuff.
Oh, really? That's very cool. Okay, so another fun fact is
Wait, Joshua, you're not more monstrosities, are you?
So I was gonna say I've actually played all of Dead Space. I was really impressed with myself with getting through it because you were saying it was like the scariest video game ever, and I absolutely loved it. It was so good. So that's sick. Nice. Love Dead Space. All right, Dutch style bike. More upright sitting position. Handlebars curve closer to the saddle, and sometimes a frame you can easily step into. Oh, so it's kind of like it's like a Momotari from like Japan.
Yeah, sounds like one. Maybe that's where they got Momotari.
Sounds like a really nice kind of like cruising bike.
Or what we call like hybrids or cruisers?
Hybrids. Yeah. Like a city bike. Oh, so cute. Just looking at pictures on the internet. Yeah, so it's like a step into.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so it's like a, more Amazonian Daughters of Cain. Also doing that. Typically play the battlefield controller when I play an Amazonian Daughters of Cain. Cool.
Daughters of Cain. What's that? Some of them have snake bodies, some of them have.
Josh asks, "What's the question about monstrosities?"
Oh, there's someone. Someone who I follow on Instagram also.
And Tom just adding to the termite thing. The elates emerge, they biofluoresce like low. What? Okay, now I gotta look into glowing termite mounds in Brazil. Holy shit.
There you go.
Whoa. That is actually really sick. Wow, thank you for that fun fact. It looks very alien.
Whoa, that's cool.
It literally looks like an egg, alien ship egg thing. Yeah, that's sick. Thanks, Tom. Love that. So another fun fact about me is I love like nature facts.
Fun nature facts.
I love nature facts, you know, biology stuff. That stuff is great. Tom is telling us more about keeping lizards. If you don't want to deal with the heating of the enclosure, it might be worth looking into Chinese cave geckos. Those things. So I guess I'm assuming the leopard geckos need heating then. They're kind of cute. Kind of evil looking.
Yeah, he looks like he's planning something.
He looks like he's trying to like scheme
Like, I'm gonna
something to take over the world.
habitat.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
no, they're cute.
look at this one. He's really scheming.
Oh yeah.
Josh, I'm not popular on Instagram. The only thing I post is Dark Mechanicum and the Thalia Vajor kit bash for my Cities of Sigmar bandits. Does anyone else have pets on the channel?
There you go.
Because I think you folks know that we have Ripley. Oh, we're trying to decide. Okay, this might actually be a good game.
Here we go.
We're trying to What do you mean? We were just talking about this morning when we're in bed.
Dog based on the internet. We can ask.
I think this is a great community to consult with because we were playing with a lot of names. Tom is also full of random nature facts. Excellent. Feel free to drop them in the chat. I love a great nature fact. Josh has a Greyhound Pitbull mix. Oh wow, very cool. Doggy McDogface. No, Purpose. Okay, let me finish about what our thoughts are. Okay, so Ripley, as you know, is named after Ellen Ripley from Alien. We were thinking maybe we'd go along the theme of other alien characters that would map well with Ripley. So one that we were thinking of was Bishop, who is, because we're probably going to get another male dog, I think. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Like, gender neutral name is fine too.
Yeah, because Ripley's
kind of like Ripley. So Bishop is pretty gender neutral, I think. So yeah, the robot. I also like. I love Vasquez as a character, but it's kind of weird to say for a dog. But yeah, if you have any suggestions around characters from Alien that would like work well as like Ripley and insert dog name. Newt. Dino Sly. Welcome. Yeah, so Newt definitely from the cat perspective is a possibility.
No, Jonesy was the cat.
Oh, Jonesy. Newt's the kid. Sorry. Newt's the kid. The other thing that we love, oh, again, another fun fact. I love cute little RPG video games. So Chrono Trigger. Fun fact, I beat Chrono Trigger twice before Nick even beat it once. He's never beat it.
I think we've been over this.
Have we? It's actually a point of pride for me. I know that you don't really care anymore, but
no, well, I'm glad that you played.
Yeah.
That you,
yeah. So I was
one of my
I love this game too. It's amazing.
I don't need to finish play Chrono Trigger up to the point where I lose Chrono. There's like 1,000 side quests.
Yeah, but you haven't fought the final boss, and that's pretty
so
epic.
Hard, like,
no, it's actually really epic.
One day I'll finish Chrono.
You have to fight all the levels of Vlepkaaday.
I tell you what, if Square Enix comes out with a remake of Chrono,
so you'll never do it.
Hey, might happen.
And then yeah, so we're thinking names from there, and then so apparently Nick doesn't like Xenomorph.
It's a weird name.
We're thinking maybe a character from Chrono Trigger. Any Chrono Trigger fans in there? Maybe I actually kind of liked Frog. Nick's like, let's not call our dog Frog. That's kind of cute. Ripley and Frog. Frog was an amazing character. Frog
okay,
was
I love Frog.
like
I don't
Frog.
know if you can call your dog Frog.
Why not? You can call your dog anything you want. Face hugger.
Oh.
Well, our dogs are face huggers, though.
What was that? They had a word for a face hugger.
Was there a technical name? Yeah. Tom has 2 cats.
Parasites?
Diana, hi. We have 2 precious feline overlords. Nice. I love it. And what are the overlords' names? Crested Gecko is called Newt. Cute. I know why and still don't think it suits him. That's fair. Change his name. Can apply for a legal name change. USCSS Nostromo as a dog name.
No, we were playing with Asheron.
Yeah, we were thinking of Asheron. Ripley and Asheron. Asheron and Ripley. And then we also thought of the 3 wise men in Chrono Trigger. So there's Melchior, Balthazar, and Gaspar.
Slash the Bible.
Yeah, slash the Bible. Like Ripley and Melchior. Shaw.
Shaw. Oh, Elizabeth Shaw. Damn. Okay, I didn't think about that one.
Okay, I hadn't thought of that one. Shaw. Ripley and Shaw. Shaw. We also have to consider what it would sound like yelling this name at the top of our lungs in the woods. We have to get someone. Hicks, another one. Go for it, painting. Hi.
Hi, Pay.
I knew a duck named Cow.
Oh man, that's cool.
See, a dog named Frog. Arya and Diesel. Oh,
is Arya a reference to Game of Thrones?
And is Diesel a reference to Vin Diesel? They're 2 good references. A duck named Cow. I think that's great.
All right, my green stuff is.
It sounds like the beginning of a children's story.
It does.
A duck named Cow. I've already answered, but what's your thoughts on Alien Romulus? Dino Sly.
Oh, there you go. I need to get out of here for a second.
So what are you gonna be showing?
Well, you can just talk.
Okay.
Are
you gonna put the camera on the dog?
That would be challenging.
That's true. So cute.
What did you think of Alien Romulus?
I really enjoyed it. It was I don't know. I had low expectations.
Wait, let me escape for a second.
Okay. We gotta quickly.
You take care. No, you just move back. Here, wait. Hold on to the dog because he's gonna freak as soon as I move the couch. See?
We're gonna scrape the floor.
There we go. All right, take over. You're in charge.
Great. Okay, it's just me now. Okay, now tell me, what are the things that you wish you could tell modern synthesis that you couldn't say? Where were we at again? Right, Alien Romulus. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really smart of them to change the storyline. I did enjoy that they used younger characters to kind of talk about the, growing up as adolescents in this post-apocalyptic society and trying to find a better life for themselves. Yeah, I thought it was really well done. I thought the I guess the hybrid at the end was really interesting. Although I expected it to look more xenomorphy and less human-like. So that was the only thing. But I really liked it, and I thought it was definitely one of the better Alien films. Tom, your nephew was scared of the monster. I mean, I don't blame him. It was pretty scary. Arya, Diana said Arya's Arya Juliet because she had needle-like claws like the sword and looked like her uncle Romeo. Diesel was found in a petrol station. Aw. Reference to Game of Thrones. Yeah. Any other fun facts? About yourself? Little known fact. Fun. I'm gonna shift myself over here. Does anyone have like a secret talent? Like a secret skill? Because that might be kind of interesting to share. Like, what is a that you can do that you're kind of weirdly proud of being?
What did you say about Romulus? Did you talk about Romulus?
Yes, I talked about Romulus. I said I really liked it, amongst other things.
I talked about Romulus.
Yeah, talk about Romulus. Go for it.
Um, I enjoyed Romulus. I found it entertaining. I didn't like the references to other movies because it pulled me out of it. I kind of want it to exist as its own thing, not lean on, you know, spoilers. Weirdly resurrecting old characters and quoting lines from previous Alien movies. I think that to be successful, media needs to move on. Like if it's referential, if it's a remake, whatever, let it be its own thing. Don't feel like you need to ref. It's like the idea that came. God, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Red Team Review. Captured it in saying, "Don't remind me of previous films that are clearly better than this one." Like Romulus is not Aliens. Don't quote Aliens to remind me that Aliens was a movie that, like, Romulus is good, but Romulus is not Aliens. So, yeah, I liked it. I just feel like it has a little bit of like the Skywalker syndrome where it only thinks it can be successful by referencing previous movies. Oh my God, Flynn's here.
Hey, Flynn.
Thanks, buddy.
Awesome. Thanks for being. Yes, my next question for people was, what's your secret talent? Nick, what's your secret talent? Is there a secret talent that I'm not even aware of? Actually, I know.
I'm really good at catching things.
Are you really?
Yeah, not in a baseball sort of way, but like, haven't you seen things like fall and I just like grab them?
No.
You've seen it and you've commented on it.
Have I?
Like something will like, wait, back to where you were? Something will like fall off a table or something, or I'll like drop something, but then I'll like catch it. I don't know. I think that's my weird talent. And sometimes I think that if I was like in 0G, I'd be really good at it because I swim. But that probably doesn't mean anything.
What I think Nick's secret talent is getting a bunch of strangers to agree on something.
What?
That's time sensitive. The example I'm gonna provide is I've mentioned it before. So there's a tree that kind of fell down in our neighborhood and it crossed like multiple people's properties, including ours. And we were just a few days away from like leaving the country for a trip. And Nick just took so much initiative to like introduce himself to all the neighbors to kind of negotiate you know, what to do in the situation because we couldn't rely on that landlord from where the tree fell to take care of it, and basically single-handedly got people to agree on a plan and then got an arborist to do a budget and a quote and then got the landlord to agree to pay for all of it in like one day, like 24 hours. And I was so impressed. I just want to say, I don't know what that skill is, but whatever.
Management, apparently.
Well, I think it's more
than that. Do it in anything else.
It's also like being diplomatic, being like someone that people can quickly trust and build rapport with. Like that's not easy, right? Like, because if you were like, I don't know, weird and like not socially able to do that, then we'd
like
be
aggressive or something.
Yeah, or demanding or really like curt or something like that. Like not charming. Yeah, then that would not go well. So anyways, I think that's a secret
Maybe
talent.
it's my degree in rhetoric.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it was that.
Rhetorician.
Yeah.
There goes my argument.
And yes, Flynn, we have asked people to like, subscribe, and share the stream. And here's another reminder to do so. So
because
thank
the
you.
only way you're going to get more Nick and Nora's Infinite stream is if you like this one.
That's right.
Because Nora's not coming back unless
there's interest.
Gets, I don't know, X number of likes. I don't know. Yes, I always forget to do it. Like the stream. Please leave a comment if you're watching it, listening to it after the fact. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel because we do at least one stream every week, and I need to edit some.
And Tom says he's good at catching colds, which I think is funny.
Good.
It's a little sad, but also like, yes, I can see that being the case.
So I think I'm done for now because this green stuff is solid. So here are my pseudo lictor. So where's the big boy? Working on this in the last. But here's the big boy. Giant lictor claws. Got his giant lictor arms with underslung flesh hooks. Fires from his wrists like Spider-Man. Pew pew. This one's actually firing. Pew! I'm gonna get you. And then here's his creepy lictor head. Mostly Norn emissary head with, yeah, it's all Norn emissary bits, I think. So it's coming together pretty well. And he's got some legs, but they've been extended. The standard necessary length. It's by like cutting here, cutting here, cutting here, and then putting extensions in. Same deal on the other side. I didn't bother reposing them because he's actually jumping out of a box. More on that later. Yeah. We got the tail started, or the tail tip sculpting started. I'm going to have to do some more on that. It looks okay so far. It's not exactly like a lictor tail, but, you know, somewhat, maybe. Yeah, but maybe we should call the stream. Anything else in the chat we should go through?
Well, people are sharing that they also have that talent for catching colds. Apparently, Gideon has the talent for getting hit by random acorns and chestnuts.
That's interesting.
That is really
maybe
random.
You have like a localized gravitational field or something.
We have a friend of ours who alleges that he has a talent for getting hit on by bird shit.
Who?
Mike.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Oh, I guess there's enough Michaels in the world for this to be.
Yeah, I think that's still anonymized. I know 4 or 5 mics. I think we're good.
Yeah, I know 4 or 5.
Actually, I don't actually know which mic you're talking about. The husband mic or the boyfriend mic?
Boyfriend mic.
Boyfriend mic. Oh, okay. That's who I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, I guess there are 5 mics.
And which husband mic am I even talking about? There's a couple husband mics. Oh my
god. Too funny. Diana's excellent throwing tissues into bins. Can't throw. It's only though. Oh. It's, you know what, throwing tissues into bins is definitely a secret talent.
That's some like wind resistance.
Because it depends on how weighty the tissue is.
Are you talking about how much snot they've schnozzed into the tissue?
I don't know, like whatever the heck the tissue can. Right?
How
like,
weighty is your tissue?
There's a frog called a bird frog. What?
Cool. It'll probably fall on our friend
Does it
Mike.
look like a bird poo?
That'll probably hit our friend Mike.
Oh my god, it's actually got a bird poop frog.
That's pretty cool. Shocker. See? Does it look like bird poo? Is it white and black or something?
Yeah, it is. I feel bad for it though.
Oh wow, yeah, it does look like it.
It's like, wow, that looks like a piece of poo. Let's call it a bird poo frog. Aw, very bird proof frog. Wonder what it would have called itself.
We'll never know.
It's Thelderma asperum.
Oh. There's a fun nature fact.
Warty frog.
Wait, was that from Tom?
Informally bird proof frog.
There we go, yeah. My talent is hearing a song in the background and identifying with minimal. Oh, that's a good talent. It could be ADHD, but I think it's a talent. That's good, Vicky. I feel like I thought I had that talent about hearing like the first couple of bars of a song and identifying it, but maybe not so much.
There's actually this. It's called band. Kind of like a on. So BANDLE. You might enjoy this, Vicky. It's guess the song one instrument at a time.
Oh.
So it's basically divides up a song into all these layers of like bass, the beat, vocal layers and stuff like that. It's like a Wordle where you get like this many guesses. So anyways.
Vermis. I feel sorry for the bird poop frog. Yeah, frog. Yeah, well, nothing wants to eat me. Good plan. Wait, did Vermis tell us what his spiders are called?
Oh, Vermis. What are the names of your tarantulas?
Actually, Vermis, have you and also Vermis, have you read Children of Time? It's a really I guess I don't want to give too much away. And if you like sci-fi and you can read like sci-fi fiction, like you're okay with it, I would say, and you like spiders, Children of Time. It's a weird sci-fi book. There's spiders in there. I don't want to give it away, but I think it'll be really cool if you like spiders. Especially if you like jumping spiders. Portia, whatever. Okay. What? A cop shot up his car in Florida after an acorn hit it. He said he thought it was gunfire. Ah!
That's hilarious.
Vermis doesn't name his animals. The cat is called the cat.
Yeah, so we can call our dog the frog.
Good lord. Okay. Oh, Tom, look, I got a thing. A Sports Direct mug. Tom Wilson. Green tea in it. Delicious. Okay, I think that we gotta wrap this up. So thank you all for joining us on this stream. Remember, like it,
subscribe,
comments, because we gotta know whether we're gonna keep doing this thing or not. We currently have concurrent viewers, chat rate, views. What? Your activity. No super chats. I don't know. You find it later. Yeah, make sure you comment. That's good too. And we will try to have another stream. We're gonna do them once a month. Right?
We are?
Is that what we decided?
Yeah. I think schedules and interest.
Like, I think. Okay. Well, pending interest. Apparently, we're gonna be doing this weekly because people are gonna like it off the map. But
I think monthly is a good idea. Yeah, share your ideas around what you would like to see.
Yeah, if you have other ideas, like that cool idea of watching Nora make a Warhammer miniature and hoping not swear, hopefully not swearing too much. And didn't you build Ilario, or did I build Ilario?
I built part of Ilario. I did it.
Okay. Yeah, she bought Ilario and she was like, "We can paint this together." I'm like, "Okay, I'm painting the big beetle thing and you're painting Ilario." And she's like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, "Here, have some Sylvaneth models to practice on." Have her build a drop pod. That sounds boring. Are they annoying? Oh, is it really frustrating to build a? Wouldn't know. Space Marine. But yes, we will talk again soon. Thank you to everyone who sent in their questions. That was really helpful. Thank you to everyone here in the chat who was engaging. And we will look forward to chatting with you again soon. Want to say bye-bye, Nora?
Bye. Thanks so much for having me join. It was a lot of fun, and I like the Ask the Chat piece because I really like getting to know people and all the interesting things that they're up to. So, yeah, thanks. Have a great day and night, folks.
All right. And yes, we will chat with you again soon. Bye-bye.